Hello friends, my name is Shivam from DevOps Schools and I will help you to enable your learning process in various technologies of DevOps, artificial intelligence, machine learning, big data and many more. This is our initiative to help you by sharing multiple tutorials and videos. And if you want any specific tutorials or any particular topic, then please do comment in the below comment section and I will help you with it. Also, please subscribe to our premium services on YouTube, which will give you access to more content and videos to enhance your knowledge about all these topics. Also, if you want me to help you with regards to the online trainings and classroom sessions by our qualified trainers, then please do write me at contact@devopsschool.com. Thank you.
Where to set the key? Sorry, my internet got disconnected. That's why.
Yes. So you need to go to this ports, madam. Yeah. And here, can you see here there's a key port? We can see key label right here. Against that, there is a checkbox. Enable that. That's the first thing. Next, in direction you can see, right? Direction is ascending or descending. So we selected descending, madam. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. After that, you can save it. Yeah. Now you can build a workflow and see the result. Yeah. So I'll just wait for a minute. You can use target, madam. Social, madam. Let's say this is a target. Correct, no? So that's it. Now we can move on to the right side. You can just bring this down, this thing down. Yeah. Now let's expand this also. Yes. Now let us take mapping. That's it. Yeah. First one, second one, third one. Yes. Now we can save it, madam. Now go to this workflow manager, create workflow, madam. Yeah. So for that, you can click on W, right? Can you see here? W here, Sushma, madam. Yeah. Click on W, which will take you to workflow manager. So let it get opened, madam. I've just clicked on it. Yeah. Say okay and connect. Yeah. I just copied pasted. Yeah. Now we need to make this an active folder, madam. To do that, select folder and say open. Right? See? Now it will become active. Now select workflow designer, go to workflows and create a new workflow. Yeah. You can supply the name and create, madam. Yeah. You start doing it. Yeah. Let me also try to do it. Go to workflows, create. Workflow, which is what sorter, right? Yes. Yeah. So now we got start task, right? Yes. Workflow underscore sorter. Fine. Say enter. Yeah. Say enter button. Enter. Just hit enter button. Keyboard enter. I have done it. Now go to task, select create menu. So go to task, select what create. Apply the session name, which is the session underscore sorter. Click on create. Now need to select what mapping, which we have built it. Yeah. Okay. All done, right? Yeah. Now connect, madam. Start task with what? Session task. Say okay and done. Yeah. Now go to task menu, select link task, Connect start as we got session start. After that, double click on session properties, go to mapping and supply the target path and file. See target, supply scratch underscore sorter here, txt. Yeah, that's it. Say enter. Over. Now you can just run. Save and run. Yeah. Dinesh is done. Just done it on. Yes. You got the result, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Now you can run social media. Yeah. So you can just go to workflows. It's configured, right? Start workflow. Oh, you need to save it first. Yeah. Now go to start workflow. Yeah. Yeah. So you got this workflow matter open, right? So you can just connect this. Yeah. So here you can expand our workflow. This starter, right? Yes, yours is succeeded, madam. Now you can go to target folder to look at the result of the starter. Yeah, correct, no? You can try, madam. So let me also check. Yeah, we got the file created, right? So here you could able to see 40, 30, 20, 10. It's arrange data in what? Descending order. And also make sure that corresponding data also, other column data, because as we all know
How
that
to see that one? Go to where? Target folder.
target under C drive, target folder. Yeah. So we got the result, right? So Dinesh has got and yeah. Oh, yours is ascending, madam. Oh, I think she has done it fantastic. It's opposite. So yeah, let us see that. What the mistake? You know? So go to sorter. The direction would have been ascending, I think. Yes. Oh, it's a descending, right? How come? Sushma, you did something. I opened the right file name. Let us see. Susha, madam.
Yeah, I think the file name is wrong. I see two file names there. I think the file name is wrong.
Okay, madam. Yeah, fine. Probably can check that, madam. So this is scratch one dot out, madam. Yeah. So you didn't change the file name. So default name is what? Scratch one dot out. So that's where we need to see. A file itself is not created here, which means you didn't execute, huh? Oh, that path also I think you have not changed, right?
Yeah, directory path here.
Path is not changed, madam. Yes, by default it is using what? Pre-built path. Yeah, fine. Now let me show that where we have that result. It's a good that she tried default with default values. So remember, by default PM target diff, that's a dollar, right? Which is pre-built variable. And what is the value corresponds to that variable? I think I've said it one day. Let me show it again. See Informatica 951 server info shade info shared, and target. Can you see a TGT files? Within that, this file will be created. Now we can go and look at the result in that particular location. Yeah. So open that using notepad or whatever. You can see the result. Can you see here 40, 30, 20, 10? So this is what we have it. You got now, madam? So Shaman. Yeah. So
Yeah,
that's it.
I got
This,
that. I got.
this is a default location. Yeah. So in case if you don't do anything, right, that is where your target file will be generated. Yeah. Now you can ask question, where do we have the value corresponds to that particular variable? So to answer that, can you see here, there's a PC int, which is a power center integration service within what admin console. Let me open this. It's got expired. Because if you want to change that, right, for example, for your project, let's say source first target file should be fixed in one location. In that case, do you have any global setting? Answer is yes. Where is that? That's what I'm going to show. So select what? PC int and select processes. Yeah, can you see here? PM root dir and PM target file dir. Can you see where I place the mouse pointer? PM target file dir. That is a variable name. Yeah. Against that, you can see value PM root dir TGT files. What is the PM root dir? Here we have D colon Informatica 951 server infrastructure.
Look,
Under that, TGT
can we
files.
change the directory here itself? Can we change the
Yeah.
directory here itself rather than going there again and again and changing it?
Yes, but yeah, that's a good question. To answer that, madam, we can always change it. That's not a problem. Or we can use pre-built one. This is the one where we can go and change, Priyanka. But the problem here is this will be under the control of whom? Administrator. Remember that. Yeah. But whatever we are doing here, like an designer or manager, whatever, right? This will be under the control of developer. So that is why we are focusing on developer part. In reality, you will not have access to what? Admin console, madam. There will be separate team where they'll be working on it. But I've just shown both admin and development because in case if you play role of administrator, right, you will know like a way to change it. You got Priyanka?
Okay, yeah.
Right. So that's it. Yeah. Now let's move on to what other properties of sorter. Yeah. So now we just talked about how to arrange the data. Likewise, we can arrange the data based on other columns also. You can take the exercise like how to create data either in ascending or descending based on what? Composite key. Form composite key and arrange the data either ascending or descending. Take it as exercise. Yeah. So now the next is what? Can you say sort cache size? Case sensitive. By default, it's a case sensitive, but that is required only for if you deal with what string data. Yeah. For numeric, it's not applicable. So in case if you want to ascend or descend with string, right? You can just take a case sensitive in mind. And distinct means what? In case if you have any duplicate records after arranging the data, then distinct is going to help us to avoid duplicates. This is a very important thing. So what we'll do is, can you try to perform this example distinct part in the sense, first let us get the data where we have got duplicates, first thing. And second, uh, first arrange the data, let's say ascending or descending. Second, and third step, assuming that after arranging the data there are duplicates. Now third step is what? We need to remove those duplicates. Remember this. Yeah. These three steps need to be done. Can you do it? Yeah, let us start doing it. First, let us start getting what? Duplicate data. Let us create a new mapping. I'll show all these 3 steps one by one. First, get the duplicates. Let's say use union transformation, department. So you'll get a duplicate data. Step 1 is done. Second step is what? Arrange the data in ascending or descending. Perfect. Use sorter. And third step, enable this distinct checkbox so that duplicates will be eliminated. So this is the third step. Can you do it one by one? You got the steps, right? Yes or no? Let us try creating. This is how we need to think of what
Can you
scenario.
please repeat once? Can you please repeat once?
Yeah, let me just type it here. The first step 1. Yeah, step 1 is what? Create dupe data. Yeah. So, or get dupe data. First step, right? So, how do you achieve it? Let's say we've got department data. So, use DAPT1 plus DAPT2. So, you will have 8 records. Yes or no? Which means what? For each department, you will have 2 records, like 10 2 times, and 22 times, and 32 times, and 42 times. Correct, no, Priyanka? This is the first thing. So with this, we know how to get duplicate data. Next, which is going to be what? Step 2. Step 2, what need to be done? Arrange the data. Arrange means what? Either in ascending or descending. Yeah. Arrange data. Like let's say DSC, descending order. So all what I call topmost records should come in the top. Let's say 40, 40, 30, 30, then 20, 20, 10, and 10. This is how we should get the result. This is the second step. And third step, which is step 3, what need to be done? We need to remove duplicates because we have got department repeated, right? Yes or no? Remove dupes. So how do you do that? To do that, within this sorter, just now we saw, right? Within this sorter, we need to what? Enable distinct checkbox. Yeah, so that these duplicates should be avoided, and the result of it should be what? 40, 30, 20, and 10. You got, no? I think I explained with example. Is it clear now, Priyanka?
Yeah, yes.
Fine. Now let us start doing it practically. Correct, no? So yeah, mapping. That's all. Start doing it. Mapping. So mapping, I'll just put union plus sorter plus distinct. See, I'm trying to cover what? Scenario based. So because now we need to combine, right? Independently we talked about some transformations. Now I'm trying to combine what? One is union part and sorter and eliminating duplicates. 3 functionalities here. Say okay. Now take department. The first thing. Yeah. Yeah, all. Let's start doing it. The next create new. I think you are all doing, right? So Susha madam, go to this designer. Create new mapping menu. Go to mappings and create. Supply mapping name. Yeah. So you can put mapping name. Mapping underscore union underscore sorter underscore distinct. Susha, are you there? Looks like she has some problem from our side. Fine. Let us start doing it. First is what? Search first department. Next, add one more. Yeah. Second one. Then select what? Sorter. Sorter, huh? Union. So union underscore TRX. Click on create. Yeah. Right. Now let us try to add one more group here, like what we did earlier, right? Add a new group. Now connect, let's say first source department. It is done. I think union you already did, right? And second, the second source, connect what? Department number 2. So with this, the first step is completed, which is this, right? With this, create dupes would come. All done, huh? So far. Let's go step by step. Yeah. Probably I think what we'll do is we'll take a target and first get duplicate data. One by one, we'll look at the result also, so that we'll understand it clearly. So I'll just, sorry, let us connect output port department to what? C1 target. Over. Yeah. Now go to workflow manager, create workflow, and look at what the result. We should have duplicate data. Yeah. Let us try doing it. Yeah. Go to workflow. So far it's done, right? All. Add groups. Finish. Add this new group. Right. Then connect department from here. Correct, no? And then now connect second department from here and add a target, Dinesh. You can add a target and connect department number. Let's say target here. Then connect department. That's it. Yeah. Now you can save and create workflow, Dinesh. I think Priyanka, you're doing right. Yes, it's done almost. Yeah. Yeah. You can also do. Oh, what happened? Looks like something wrong happened, right? Delhi. So what you can do is, if something
Yeah.
wrong happens, right? Go to union transformation. Here you have groups, right? There are some unnecessary ports have been added here. Yes or no? Which you are not
Yeah.
expecting. Yes or no? And what you can do is,
Yeah.
you can just go here and delete all. Yeah. It will erase
Okay.
all. So we cleared all. Now take one department here and second from second source and supply this here. That's all. Now you can add a target, Delhi. Yeah,
Okay.
fine. Add a target and connect department number to a target. That's what I need to do. Sorry, you can do it. Yeah, so Shamana, you are doing right. Perfect. I think you have done it. Dinesh is creating workflow. Let me also create. Susha madam, yeah, what happened? Looks like she has got something. So let us create. Go to workflow manager. Create a workflow. Go to workflows. Create workflow. The workflow, which is what? One union, second sorter, third distinct. Yeah, hit enter button. Now you can create a new task here. Go to task menu, select create, separate task name, session underscore sorter union sorter, then distinct. Yeah, say create. Any name can be given. I'm just trying to give meaningfully. Now we can select what this particular mapping. Yeah. Yeah, and then say okay, done. That's it. Yeah. So you can just connect it. Yeah, start task with the session task. Yeah. Yeah. Now configure session properties. So two departments, right? So same connection and target. So C colon target. So underscore. I'll just put here distinct dot txt. Yeah. Right. That's the last step result. Say enter. Yeah. Fine. And then go to repository and save it. Yeah. So this is what we need to do. So as part of creation of what workflow. Yeah, all done, right? So Dinesh is done. Yes, Dinesh has got result also. So what happened, Priyanka? Some problem, right? Priyanka, everything's fine, right? You are
Doing it.
trying to do next step, huh?
Doing it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Perfect, man. So now, yeah. So with this, we could able to see duplicates, right? Did I execute this? Yeah. Yes. So now we should get yeah. Now only executed. We should get duplicate data. You got right. Now let's move on to the next step, which is what? How to arrange the data. That's the next step. Yeah. Descending order. Yeah. So we got right. So this is what we got the result. 10, 20, 30, 40. Again 10, 20, 30, 40. Now let us arrange it. Yeah. Descending order. 40, 40, 30, 30 should come. Yeah. Let us do that. Yeah. To do that, go to designer. So then here before the target, we need to add what? Sorted transformation. Go to transformation, select create, and select sorter. Yeah. Let's say sorted TRX with distinct. Fine.
To get our channel membership, click onto the join button, select the $399 plan and grow your skills immensely.
Create, set done. Now we should just put it in between. So let us delete this connection. Yeah. Now this should be taken as input to what? Sorter. Right? Output of union should be taken as input to what? Sorter, because we need to arrange, right? As per the steps, no. Second step is what? Arranging. To arrange it, we need sorter. That's what we are trying to do. Yeah. Now let us open these properties of sorter. Go to ports, enable this key, and select what? Descending. That's it. This is same as what we did earlier, but now we are trying to do with the union. Yeah. And then say apply. Okay, all done, right, so far? Oh, so Dinesh, yes, that's perfect, Dinesh. Now delete old one, then connect this department number from here to here, Dinesh. Yeah. Now open the properties of sorter and enable key and direction. Yeah. So yeah, perfect. Delhi and Priyanka. Shusha madam is not there. Fine. Now, yeah, go to ports. Dinesh. Here you need to enable the checkbox. Checkbox, enable checkbox, and descending. Correct, no? Now say apply OK, Dinesh. Yeah. Now let me also say OK. Next is what? Connect output of this particular sorter to what? A target. That's all. Now let us again rerun the workflow to see the effect of this particular change. Let's go to workflow manager and refresh this session. Yes, and save it back. Yeah. Fine. Then start the workflow.
My machine has again become slow.
What, madam?
The cursor is running here and there, here and there, here and there.
Mine is okay. How about others? Mine is okay.
Mine is also working slowly.
Okay,
Running,
started
the cursor
again.
is running
Problem.
here. It's frustrating.
Okay, fine. So let us see till the lunchtime.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
10:20.
frustrating.
Yes, yes. Yeah. Let us see that.
It took me 1 minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine. Now let us run this. Look at the result. Yeah. Now we can see the result, right? Expected result. 40, 40, 30, 30, all that. Yeah. All of you could able to see, right? Dinesh, you can just open that file. Yeah, perfect. Dinesh system you can see, and Priyanka system also. Priyanka, what happened? Your last step also you did, huh?
Yeah.
Looks like.
Again and
Oh,
again,
you
the
enabled,
cursor
huh?
is that's so very everything.
Okay.
Yeah, enable the
Okay.
distinct also because it is very
Yeah,
slow now.
perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Now, yeah, let us go with what next step. Double click on sorter and go to properties and enable what checkbox. That's it. So what we need to do is, if the VM is slow, whatever, not only here, anywhere, whether you use Citrix or something else, right? The operations, right? We should do one at a time, so that though it is slow also, we don't feel like it is slow. But if you click multiple times within VM, right, definitely you will see the effect of performance. This is a major problem with any VM, not only this, everywhere, either the Citrix or remote desktop or through Amazon or through any other cloud environment. Yeah, it's a common thing. It's a common concept actually everywhere. Yeah. Fine. Now let's. So we just changed to distinct, added distinct property, right? Let us save it and go to workflow manager, refresh and save it. Yeah, rerun the workflow. Yeah, because I've seen different environments, right? Yes, this is what my what you call feedback from multiple cloud environments. So we need to do one at a time. Yeah. Now let us go to target. Look at the result. Now we can see, right, 40, 30, 20, 10. That's it. Descending order, right? I think this is what we expected, right? As part of our scenario. That's all. Right? Over. So now, other optimal properties, I would talk about it, like probably tomorrow, because I need to talk about what are the bottlenecks. Then I will talk about the tunables. That's where cache size and null treated part and tracing, all that will come in. Yeah, fine. And the location, yeah, this part I can talk now. PM temp dir, which is what? Remember, sort is a very expensive operation. Remember this. Use it if needed. Don't use it if not needed. Remember this. Yeah. Why? Because sort follows what you call very complex algorithm. Now, let me just try to put it in simple terms so that you all can understand. So I'm basically from OS background, guys. I work for Microsoft initially, so because I know OS, like how it works fairly well. So now let me understand. Let me explain like how this particular what sorter algorithm is going to work. Yeah. So we'll have what sorter thread. Then you will have what writer thread. Then you will have what merge thread. Then we'll have what you call non-final merge. Yeah. So which means what? If you want to perform any sort, right, it is going to create these many threads internally. Yeah. Why it is overhead? I'm trying to talk about it. Yeah. So sorter thread, writer thread, merge thread or merger thread, and non-final merge thread. Remember this. Yeah. Non-final merge. This is a final merge. Right. Now the next, how the communication would take place, because I talked about DTM architecture, right? Yeah. So what happens if you want to sort the data? Let's say 100 rows example. What happens? It is going to pick up how many rows? How many would be based on what? How much is the buff size that we define, which is a pipe size which we discussed, right? Pipe. So let us say this particular pipe can fit up to what? 10 rows. Now what happens? I repeat, let's say this particular pipe would fit up to what? 10 rows. Then what happens? Sorter thread it is going to take 10 rows and start sending those records to as input to what? Next thread, which is going to be writer thread. What writer does? Writer is going to dump data to what? Scratch disk or intermediate disk or temporary disk. These are all same. That is where we can see here PM temp dir. Yes or no? So which means what? If you look at this particular our environment where we have seen different folders under Informatica 951 server info shade. Within that we could able to see temp. Yeah, can you see temp here? This is the location I'm trying to refer here. You got no? So that's it. Now that's where intermediate files will be dumped. Now the next, once it is done, what happens? This particular what you call data will be kept in temp directory. Next order part, which is now pipe size is second is what? 10, right? First 10 is done, then it's going to pick up what? Next 10. Same thing. So which means what? Once this guy sends to writer thread, it is going to pick up what? Next 10 threads and start getting it processed, which means both are busy in the sense sorter thread as well as writer thread, both will be busy at the same time. Remember this. Yeah. So likewise, it is going to repeat this for the next writer and so on. And finally, all the records will be dumped as part of what? Temp directory for all 100 records. Once it is done, which means this guy, the writer thread, is going to send a signal to final merge saying that writing part is done. Now you can take a control. Then what? This particular now the merger, final merge comes into picture. Yeah. What final merge does here is final merge. It is going to take or pull out the data from this particular temp folder and start dumping or start getting this particular final merge data getting transferred to what? Either target or downstream transformation. Remember this. I repeat, this particular final merge data that would get transferred to a target or any other downstream transformation. This is what happens with a simple what? Set of 100 records. So we know, right? So that is where PM temp dir will be used for as a intermediate storage. Once it is transferred, right, data from this particular temp dir would be cleared off. That is why we are unable to see that particular temp data as part of this. That's a one thing. Similarly, now they can ask question where there's a question of this particular non-final merge. Yeah. So non-final merge, when we use it, if you deal with very large data, I repeat, if you deal with very large data, then only non-final merge would come into picture. For example, let's say 1 million records we are going to deal, right? Now 1 million, let's say, means 10 lakhs, right? So let us say our pipe size is what? Pipe size is what? Let's say it can hold up to 1 lakh, which is what? 100,000 records, right? So now what happens? You'll have 10 sorters, 10 writers. But let us say this particular temp directory, it can hold up to what? Only 10 files, or let us say 8 files. Not more than that's a limit of this particular, let us say, disk or operating system. In that case, what happens? 8 files. After dumping 8 files, right, we expect 2 more files. 8 means how many you'll have it? Only 8 lakhs. Yes or no? So we still have to process what? 2 more sets. So to do that, what this guy does, this 8 files data. So my disk limit, what you call exceeded. Now you take the control. Who is he? Non-final merge. So writer is going to send a signal to non-final merge. What this non-final merge does? Non-final merge, it is going to convert 8 files to what? A single or 2 files. That's what happened. Now this thing will happen. What the same process will be repeated for next 2 sets. 2 sets will come in, and they'll be dumped here, which is what? 2 files here. Let's say 2 files here. Once it is completed, right, then it will be sent to what? non-final merge. The once non-final merge is done, two sets, right? Non-final merge 1, non-final merge 2. These two things will be sent as input to what? Final merge. So NFM, which is non-final merge, is going to send a signal to what? Final merge thread saying that my job is done, you take the control. This final merge completes this merging part and sends output of this particular final merge to what? Either to a target or to a downstream transformation. This is what happens. So, but usage wise, it looks very simple. This is what happens internally. So that is why sorter is what? Very expensive transformation. Yeah? Which means what? Use it if it is really required, or else don't use it, because you can see the effect of it, right? I've just talked to very high level only. There's a lot of depth in it. I don't think you need to understand that much. This is enough for you guys, because you guys are mainly from tools background, right? So because I am from internal background, internal sense, I can tell you like what will happen internally also, but I don't think I need to talk that much for you guys. Yeah. So that's it. Why there is a need to go with what? Temp directory usage. Yeah. Rest of the things, optimal things, tomorrow I'll talk about it, because I need to cover other topics before I talk about optimization. Yeah. So now the next step is going to be what I call we need to start understanding what another topic. So probably can we do it after lunch break, or else if you're okay we can start. I don't have any problem. Anything is fine for me. Yeah. Around 12:50 now. So or else we'll start. What is that? So we'll go with what other transformation, another
We
transformation.
can start the lunch break only.
Which means after lunch. That's what you are saying,
We
madam.
can start after lunch.
So where we will start getting into like other transformations, like we have got aggregator. Yeah. So aggregator, we all know that we use this aggregator to perform group by operations, like sum, standard deviation, variance, count, average, and so on. Right. So if you want to perform that within Informatica, how do you do it? Like I think we talked about an SP, right? Select sum. Sum is one of the aggregation we did already, right? That is through SP. But do you have such kind of provision within this Informatica? Answer is yes. That's where we need to start getting into aggregated transformation. Yeah. Now, what are the prerequisites to perform aggregation? One, group by column, and other column or columns which will be used for calculation. For example, if we take our employee data, so group by column read as a department. So within each department, we need to calculate the sum salary drawn, right? Or we can also go with what? Group by department, where we calculate what? Maximum salary in that drawn from that particular department. Yeah. Likewise, you can think of what? Minimum, average, variance, all that, right? So that's going to be the what you call concept of aggregator. Yeah. So now to extend this, so we can perform aggregation for the pre-sorted data, or we can also perform the aggregation non-sorted data. By default, it doesn't use any sorted data. In case if the sort is already been done, then there is an option where we can select pre-sorted, in the sense if it is already sorted, but if you select sorted, right, it expects sorted data. If not, you'll get error. Remember this. We should be very careful while selecting that particular option. Yeah. So which means with and without sort, also we can still perform what? Aggregation. Yeah. So now let us start getting into like how to perform this with a practical example. Yeah. So let us start getting into it. Can you do that? Yeah. So let's go to mappings menu. Yeah. So yes, everybody can do that, because now it's a new topic. Susha, you can also start doing it if you are there. So now So let's go to mappings menu. Select what? Create. Yeah. And now let us apply the mapping name. Mapping underscore. I'll just put aggregator. Yeah. So let's start applying this. So Priyanka is not at home. So Susha also looks like she's not there. Yeah. So far it's done, right? Perfect. Yeah. Now let us take employee data as input. Yeah. And then go to transformation and select what? Aggregator. Yeah. So you can just put aggregator underscore trx. Yeah. And select what? Create. Yeah. Done. Now what a prerequisite? One, group by column. Second, column or columns that will be used for aggregation. Right. First, let's take group by column, because based on department, we are going to perform group by operation. Yeah, fine. And column that we use for calculation, let us say salary. Yeah. Select salary and drag and drop it here. Yeah. Fine. So that's what we can see. Yeah. Now let us start configuration of this aggregator. Yeah. Go to aggregator, look at the properties where we need to go to ports. Yeah. Can you see here? Input, output we discussed already. Now group, one more port, which is what I call group by port. Can you see here? Last one, where I place the mouse pointer, right? Enable that checkbox. Yeah. Because prerequisite is what? Group. So we need to select group by column. We have done it. Yeah. Next, we can add new port. Select last cell and click on add, so that it will add in the last. That's all, nothing else. Yeah. Now whatever we did in stored procedure, right, we'll try to do it, then we'll talk about next. Yeah. Let us say sum. Yeah. Sum cell. Yeah. Sum cell with what? Aggregation, right? So disable the checkbox because we are trying to perform operation. Yeah. So now click on down
Should be
arrow button.
string or should be string or
Sorry.
decimal. It should be string
Yeah.
or decimal.
Return. Yeah. Logically speaking, it should be another floating thing. Yes, we can. It will still work with a string also, but yes, it's better to use numeric thing. Yeah. Yeah. Fine. So now click on down arrow button. Can you see here, Dinesh? That's what you are trying to ask question, right? Can we see these functions in other transformations? This one more transformation where we can see all these functions, Dinesh. This is one practical answer to question. Yeah. I think you asked question, right? Yeah. Now let us start performing what? Sum part. Can you see aggregate category? Within that, we could able to see all the functions supported by Informatica under aggregation. Yeah. Now let us select what sum. Yeah, that's it, and go to ports and select what column which will be used for the calculation. That's it. Yeah, sum shall. So it is equal to what? Select sum shall from employee table where department number equal to whatever number we get it from the source. That's it. That's what this is exactly equal to what we did in stored procedure. So first example, I'm trying to show exactly same thing. Yeah. So click on what? Validate. Yeah. Fine. And then say what? Okay. That's it. Yeah. So this is how we can configure what sums are, then apply, say okay. Now use a target. Now, so let us take yeah, for a given department number, get what? Sums are. So connect two things. One, input, which is a department number. Second, sum based on the department number. That's it. It's very simple. Yeah. Yeah. So this is how we can build simple aggregator. Yeah. Now let us start getting this saved. Right. Yeah. So this mapping with aggregator is valid. Next step is what we need to move on to the workflow manager to create the workflow. Let us create that. So far it's done, right? Dinesh and yeah, delay is done. Perfect. So I think Dinesh is quite fast now. So let us create new workflow. Yeah. So workflow underscore aggregator. Yeah. So and fine. Go to task, create a task for aggregator. Yeah. Session for aggregator. Right. Click on create. Select mapping aggregator. Yeah. First one only, right? Yeah. Yeah. So that's it. Like how to create a simple workflow. Now let us start configuration of session properties, where we can go to mapping and employee data connection is ready, and aggregation we have already configured, and then target. Yeah, see target. So here you can supply what I'll just put aggregate. Fine, that's it. Enter. So this is how we can build what simple aggregator. So you got the result, huh? You can just run and see the result.
Please enroll our general membership for $399 plan to get access of all the parts.
Along with that, you can access our other tutorials such as Docker, Ansible, Jenkins, Terraform, Splunk, AWS, Azure, and various other DevOps related premium tutorials with our channel membership. If you would have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devopsschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video. To get our channel membership, click onto the join button, select the $399 plan and grow your skills immensely. Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest. Thanks for watching.